Hey, this is Leslie Lockhart with Positively Apex, and we're here for another Positively Apex right along with the song. But first, we're going to do our little interview that we like to do in the beginning. So today, my guest is my special friend and Positively Apex member, Dr. Amy. I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, who are you and what is your business?
I am Dr. Amy Alena with a New Day Integrative Health and Wellness. I practice acupuncture, so doc of acupuncture, functional medicine practitioner. I also do cosmetic stuff, so facial rejuvenation. I do micro and nano needling, and I do cosmetic acupuncture, which is an alternative to Botox.
Awesome. And I've heard people have great results from that. And by the way, we are decked out because it is Christmas time and we're going to be singing a Christmas song. So tell me how you got into this. I know you used to work in like advertising, but how did you find acupuncture, etc.?
I got really sick, and no one could really figure out what was wrong. And so I was at my wit's end, terrified of needles, and someone recommended acupuncture. I got acupuncture done. It was a game changer for me, and the whole thing of thinking that like if someone's scared of needles they can't get acupuncture, they're as thin as a cat whisker, they're as thin as a hair strain, so they're so tiny, and the benefit of them totally outweighs the fear of a needle. And so it was a game changer, but I did not understand how it worked, so I ended up spending hours trying to memorize the points and why they did them, because it didn't make sense. And my mom suggested me going to school for it, and I did. And then I've continued. So at first it was a master's, and then I did the doctoral program, and then I got really deep into functional medicine. So I do a whole health approach, incorporating Chinese medicine and functional medicine.
And she's amazing.
Yes.
I'm a tried and true client of hers. She is just, every time I come, I just had my little relaxation session. It resets my soul, basically. And I don't have any major, like...
I thought you were going to say, I don't have a soul.
I don't have a soul. She took it away. No, I'm just kidding. She rejuvenates my soul. But I don't have any major, like, big pain issues usually. But it just helps me relax. Anxiety, headaches. Like, I haven't had a headache as much in a long time. So I've been seeing her for a while now.
Yeah, I always say like my patients are my babies, my family. So I treat them how I'd want someone to treat me. And, you know, oftentimes I get patients who are at their wit's end, and I've been there, so I get it. Having an autoimmune condition, I should say, really helps me be able to relate to a lot of my patients as well. And I love gut health and dealing with that. And and
it becomes a problem to solve.
I love solving problems. Math was my thing, and I remember when I was a kid, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would start doing math problems in my head. So, weird little kid.
You're weird.
Weird little kid.
That's how we get along. So what is the process if someone's like, okay, I want to come to you for the first time, so their first initial session, and then from there, what's the process like?
The first visit is it's extremely comprehensive, actually. It's between an hour and a half and 2 hours, because I do dig really deep. But my form to fill out is quite long, so I always put in the welcome email to give yourself grace. But it saves me from having to ask as many questions, which can really annoy a lot of people, you know, it annoys me. I'm like, I just want my treatment, you know? Right. So if it's all filled out in advance, then I make little notes to fill in blanks, really dig into figuring out when someone last felt well, how I can incorporate Chinese and functional medicine. And so they get the appointment that's an hour and a half, 2 hours. I book out for those. And then when it's a return session, it's only an hour. And so those are a lot. I take
a nap. I take a nap.
I always ask my patients how long they want to cook. And if I have 2 rooms, so if I can let someone sleep a little bit longer, I will.
Talk about in like layman's terms what acupuncture is besides sticking needles in your body.
So, acupuncture, basically the needles talk to one another. So, and they all have a point, no pun intended, right? So like this point on you, that controls that side of the face. So if someone has a headache or jaw pain or teeth pain, you know, you can massage it and it crosses. And so there is yin and yang. You know, I grew up saying yang, but it's yin and yang. At least that's how I was trained.
Okay, a Southerners.
Yeah, right. Yang. I mean, everyone says yang, yin, yang. that's how I was taught,
Right.
but there's what's called chi, and chi is energy. And so you want to get the chi flowing, right? So if someone is just super stressed out and really just, they don't feel grounded, there's a couple of ear points, but there's also some feet points, some points along the ankles and the feet that bring you down, like bring the energy down. There's some fantastic abdomen points. So, so say someone comes in and they have constipation, they are super anxious, they're running really hot. So I would do, like, there's a point here that's for heat, and that's also it's a large intestine point. And then I would
Does that help with like hot flashes and stuff too?
That's more kidney points as well, with spleen. But yes, I mean,
Okay,
it will. And then there's a point called stomach 36 that, I could incorporate. And then there's just, everything has a reason that it's used. And basically the needles talk to themselves and to each other. So I'll never forget, it was one of my first times getting acupuncture, and they put a needle right here. Actually, it was like right here. And I kept feeling it over here, and I didn't understand. So I really thought there was a needle over there. And that does happen all the time, where I'll have patients say, they're like, oh, I think you left a needle in it, and there was never a needle there.
Maybe we should do like a whole webinar, because I feel like this is just so interesting.
There's so much. There's so much. And there's the meridians, and there's extra points.
Yeah.
And then with cosmetic, like, the cool thing about cosmetic acupuncture is, and with microneedling, you also get acupuncture with it, like on the body, because there are points on the body that help the face. So I'm doing you a disservice if I just microneedle.
And by cosmetic, you mean make you look better?
Yes.
Okay.
So I can.
And I know you did it on your husband for hair growth, right?
Yep. And his hair's, but he didn't finish my little protocol. It's 16 weeks of, like, there's a light and there's microneedling and all of that, and he didn't finish. And so he can't blame me, because he was not committed enough to finish the program. So now he's back. So that's a really cool one. But with the cosmetic acupuncture, it tightens jowls, it fine lines and wrinkles and eye bags. But there's certain points on the feet and the legs that help all of that as well.
Functional medicine, I think, is one of those like newer terms that's more wide known now, but still, like, what does that mean?
So functional medicine is very similar to Eastern medicine in the sense that everything is about not the symptom. Like, let's figure out the body as a whole, right? So let's not view it as the little branches on the tree. Let's fix the root. Finding like a natural approach to treating things without having to treat every single symptom with a certain medication, because then you run into medications contraindicating one another. You run into just all sorts of issues. But that's not saying someone doesn't need certain medications. Absolutely. A diabetic for sure needs insulin. Certain thyroid conditions for sure need to be on certain meds. A lot of times I'll work alongside other docs who they're seeing.
And a lot more like Western medicine doctors are becoming hip to this and understanding it's not a competition, it's collaboration.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we should probably do some sort of like more in-depth webinar for those who are really interested in this topic. But tell us a little bit about you personally real quick before we get on to our with a song part. But so you're married.
I
you
am
have
married.
some amazing fur babies.
I do. I have a 17-year-old pup named Hercules, who is just like my little pride and joy.
Herky.
And you made me that pillow last year, had it made. And that is like my favorite, probably one of my favorite staples in the office is a little pillow of Hercules. But I love that little boy, and I've had him his entire life. And I know that, I'm on borrowed time with him, but he just brings me such joy. And then we have Pretty, our sweet little gal. She was found in a park in Chicago, abandoned. Now she lives her best life. She loves my husband more than me, and that's his gal.
And speaking of Chicago,
Yes.
so you're from North Carolina. You can't tell it all.
Not one bit, y'all.
But you have moved away for a while.
For school.
And came back. What brought you back?
So moved to Chicago for school, met my husband on the train, which is crazy, very serendipitous, and came back because we knew we just wanted to be auntie and uncle. And so we have nieces and nephews who live like 50 minutes away. And so we wanted to be close enough to be able to watch them grow up. And so it's been very nice just having them like pop over, and you know, my parents are close by. So I miss the city every day. Like I do miss Chicago every single day. And, you know, being from South, the snow honestly didn't bother me because it was always exciting.
Tell people how they can get in contact with you, where they find your website, all that stuff. She can also be found on my business directory at positivelyapex.com. A New Day Integrative Health and Wellness. But give them your deets. My
deets. So you can call or text 919-714-9828. That goes to our office number. And or you can email info@anewdayihw.com, or you can go on my website at www.anewdayihw.com,
or Facebook and Instagram.
Or on Facebook and Insta, we're A New Day Health.
We're gonna get to the ride along with a song part in a second, sing a Christmas song. And we do not own the rights to this music.
No.
And disclaimer, I always have to say that. And I'm gonna get my stuff together, and then and we'll get it going in a minute. But
my TikTok is Dr.Amy. So
Dr.Amy.
Dr.Amy.
That's amazing.
But DOCTOR, not DR period. It's Dr.Amy.
Boom boom. Oh, boom boom. Boom boom. We some men in the back.
Boom boom. Boom boom boom. Boom boom. Boom boom. Boom boom. Santa baby, just slip a label under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
We should take this on the road.
Yes. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Should have brought my sunnies. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas I haven't kissed. Next year I'd be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Boom, 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 boom. Santa baby, I want a yacht, and really that's not
Stop it.
a lot. Been an angel, I
hate that version. Santa baby,
so hurry down the chimney tonight. Oh, now it's Santa honey.
Oh yeah.
Santa honey, one little thing I really need, the deed to a platinum mine. Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
I'm just gonna drive by.
Santa cutie, and fill my stocking with a duplex of checks. Sign your X on the line.
What's a check?
Santa baby, hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany's. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Boom, 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 boom. Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. I don't know on the phone. Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. That's like the biggest Wendy's I've ever seen. Hurry down the chimney tonight.
Salted caramel frosty.
No refined sugars.
Tonight.
That was fun.
Yeah. Thank you for singing with me today and being
course.
captive in my car, the next victim.
Yes, I keep thinking these are my glasses and to put them.
That'd be funny.
I always have my glasses on top of
All
my head.
right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
Till next
y'all.
time.